Everybody start recording. All right. Put this out of the way. All right. Welcome everybody. I appreciate you joining this training. If y'all don't know me, my name is Caleb Luchins, and I'm the IT Systems Administrator here at ALG. This is going to be phase 2 of our migration to 365. Phase 1 was the email migration, and now we're moving to phase 2. So the goal of this migration is to get completely out of Citrix. So I'm going to show you today what to expect the day of the cutover, and show you how to get all your files, and anything appropriate that needs to be moved will get moved for you. So this training is basically for just EDs and BOCs. Tomorrow is the rest of your leadership staff. So RCCs, SCCs, maintenance managers, dietary managers, they will be trained tomorrow. So just please make sure that they're on that training and spread the word, because this is going to be happening for everybody at all facilities. Okay. Can everybody still hear me okay? And I'm going to share my screen and let me know that you can see my screen. Okay. All right, Taylor, confirm that you can see my screen, please. You can? All right, cool. Can everybody else see my screen? Can you just put yes? Okay. Yes, and I'm aware that some people are going to be at Hickory office tomorrow for training. So I will get with them tomorrow when they're on site. So anybody who had questions about that, we'll get that taken care of. So I'm going to keep everybody's mics muted and videos turned off. If you don't mind, just take as many notes as you can. And if you have any questions, we'll save it to the end and you can type it into the chat and I'll try to answer your questions at the end. It's going to be a lot of information, so just take notes. And if you need to take screenshots, you can take screenshots. But all this is also documented. So I will be sending out documentation via email, kind of like I did for the email migration. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get started. So typically, you will be logging into Citrix every day like this. So you'll boot up your computer and you'll go to cloud.stmsupport.com and you'll log into Citrix. You log in. All right. Then you'll get taken to your desktop. So this is going away completely. I just want to be everybody clear on that. Whenever we cut over, we will no longer be using Citrix at all. So note that down, no Citrix at all. So the first thing I want to show you is how to reset your password, your Microsoft 365 password. Since we're moving away from Citrix into a whole new system, we're forcing everybody to change their Microsoft 365 passwords. So what you need to do is on your Citrix desktop, there'll be a Google Chrome icon on your desktop. So you can just launch that. And I'm going to try to go slow so I don't confuse anybody. Then you can go to office.com. So make sure you note that down, office.com. This will bring you to the login page. You'll hit sign in. Now, most of you are probably familiar with the @chancellorhcs.com login. That's going to be staying the same. So just pick your account. And then when it gets to where you enter your password, we have turned on self-service password reset now. So instead of you having to reach out to home office to get your password reset, we have enabled it where you can reset your own password. So what I need everybody to do after this meeting is go to this login page, hit forgot my password, and then you'll be brought to this page. You'll just double check to make sure your Chancellor account is correct. Then put in the CAPTCHA characters, I don't know. And then after you put that in right there, this will be different for everybody. You'll hit next. And then it'll come to this verification step. Most of you have the Microsoft Authenticator app on your phone already, so just make sure you hit approve a notification on my Microsoft Authenticator app. This will send a notification to your Authenticator app on your phone. So then you'll type that number and authenticate. Here, I'll prompt you to put in a new password. So I'm going to be putting a new password. And the password has to be at least 8 characters long and complex. So if your password is too simple or complex, it's going to throw an error saying, hey, your password is not complex enough. Please change it to something stronger. So you'll hit finish, and then it will tell you that your password has been reset. Everybody has to do this. In order to access the new stuff outside of Citrix, your password is going to have to be reset. So just note that down. Tell everybody in your leadership staff that they are going to have to reset their password. So after you reset your password, you'll hit click here, and then you can log back in with your new password. Now I want to make it clear here that after you reset your password, it's going to kick you out of all your Office and your email and anything. It'll kick you out of your email and your phone, and it'll probably prompt you to put in your new password. So just keep that in mind. So once you change this password, your Microsoft and email password is going to prompt you to put it in somewhere else. All right, so I'm going to put in my new password. And then I'll authenticate. And you can hit yes or no. I'm just going to hit no. Doesn't really matter. All right, so this is going to be the Microsoft 365 portal. Right now, you've mostly been used to Outlook. That's mostly what you've been using. Some of y'all might kind of already be familiar with this if you started playing around with it over the past few months. But this is going to be your best friend after we get out of Citrix. You can access office.com from any computer right now. So all you have to do is just go to any browser and type in office.com and sign in, and you'll get brought to this splash page. Here in the top left-hand corner, you'll have all your apps that you need. So that will bring you to the home page. This will bring you to your email, Outlook, OneDrive, your files, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, etc. And it's right here on the side too. So the biggest thing that I need y'all to do is we're going to be relying on you to move your Citrix files. Home Office is not doing it for you because we want to make sure that you guys are just moving the most recent stuff and not moving it everything. So I'm going to show you how to upload your files to Microsoft OneDrive. If you do not do this, the day of the cutover, whenever we kill access to Citrix, your files will not be in your Microsoft 365 account, and you'll have to reach out to us to move them for you. That's why we're relying on you to do it. So once you're here at this home screen, you'll go to this little waffle up here in the top left hand, and then you'll hit OneDrive. Okay. Here is your files. So OneDrive is your personal files. Just think of it as your personal files. If I want to move my Citrix files into here, you'll hit Add New, and then Files Upload. I'm going to show you one more time. You just go here, Add New, Files Upload. This will bring you to your file directory in Citrix. So if you see, I have my desktop and my documents. The only files that you need to be moving into your OneDrive are your desktop documents and My Docs. So if you have important stuff that you know you use on a daily basis, move it. You can select multiple files, and then you'll just hit open, and then you'll see that they got uploaded to the cloud. So I just uploaded those 3 documents to my OneDrive. Again, I'll show you one more time. This, and you'll upload my documents. Only upload documents from desktop and documents. Do not upload any files from the P drive and stuff like that. I'll get to that later. So remember, desktop, documents, and if you have anything in your downloads that you use, you can do that as well. The desktop, documents, downloads. Does that make sense to everybody? You can just put yes in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. All right, cool. All right, just a reminder one more time, if you do not move this before the cutover date is scheduled for Wednesday night. So if you do not move all your files before Wednesday night, it will not be in your OneDrive the day of the cutover. We will have to move it for you and you'll have to reach out to us. So put this as your #1 priority today and tomorrow and Wednesday, is moving your files. All right. So after you've moved your files and check that off your list, I'm going to show you Microsoft Teams. So we'll go back to the home screen. We'll go back to this portal. You'll see a Teams icon right here on the side. The reason we're going to use Teams is most of y'all are familiar with the P drive. When I say the P drive, I'll show you. Each facility has their own P drive. So for example, Hickory Village, we'll use Hickory Village as an example. Hickory Village has a P drive where they drop all their deposits. I guess anything that you do with AP, the petty cash, all that good jazz. This is going away completely. Okay, I'm just being clear. P drive is going away. So your new thing that's going to be new for you is we will be utilizing Microsoft Teams instead. So you'll go to your home screen, you'll hit Teams. It'll load Microsoft Teams. Teams is like a sharing platform for you and your facility. So I've created, if you look here on the side, there'll be tabs. You'll just hit Teams, and your team that you're part of will show up. I have them all added because I'm an admin, but if, for example, we'll use Springs of Catawba for Springs of Catawba. Let's see. Teams. No, I'm not added to it yet. All right, we'll do. Let's see if I got Hickory Village. No, all right. I guess I don't have access to those right now. Anyway, each facility will have its own team with 4 different channels. So again, I'll show you one more time. So Gardens of Rose Hill, this is an example. You'll see your name, general, and then you can say see all channels, and all the channels will be in here. Okay. Each channel has its own set of files. So this general channel, you can hit files, and then once it loads, see if accounts payable will work. Apologize, I just got added to these teams a little bit ago, so it's still syncing. All right, that's fine. Let me see if I can show you on my teams. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Can y'all see this now? This is the same thing. It's just the desktop version. All right. So Springs of Catawba. Here's a better example. Here's all their files in the general channel. So you can share files with your facility and home office. And then there's also the channels here, accounts payable, where AP will drop a petty cash folder for you to upload your petty cash. and then there'll be an accounts receivable folder as well for all your deposits, EMT, rate increases, and that stuff. So again, you'll hit teams, you'll see your team. There'll be 5 different channels. Each channel has its own files, and you will use this to communicate with home office and upload your accounting information. They will be sending out more training on this this week for you to join, so they'll get more granular on how to use Microsoft Teams, but this is just a basic overview. I'm going to get back to Citrix. So again, get to Teams, just go to your home office or your Microsoft portal, hit Teams, and you'll be at Microsoft Teams. And like I said, they'll train you more this week on how to get to that. So remember, P drive is going away. Do not move any of these files in your P drive to Microsoft Teams or your OneDrive. Home office accounting and stuff will move them for you if you need them. Okay, so do not move any of these files. Home office will do it for you. Does that make sense to everybody? If you don't mind dropping yes in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and again, like I said, all this will be documented, so you have a way to access it. Okay, let's next one is all right, Teams. So like I said, this is going to be your best friend going forward. So once we're outside of Citrix, so for example, I will say this is the day of the cutover. I'm going to get out of Citrix here, and I'm at my desktop on my computer. So whenever you launch the computer in the morning, power it on, log in, this will be your desktop. Okay, so there's a website, and I'm going to drop in the chat, that is going to be where you access the new hub. So you'll do, I'm going to drop the website in the chat here. Okay, and I'll email this out to you as well in the documentation when I send it out. So what you'll need to do is you'll go to open up a browser. Outside of Citrix, you'll open up either Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. It doesn't matter, whichever you choose. And then you'll go to this website, hub.chancellorhcs.com. Okay, this is how you will access the new hub and a mission module. Terry is going to train you more on that. The software team will train you more on that this week, but this is just how you access it. So you'll go to this website, and then you will get prompted for credentials. All right, so write this down. I'm going to put a notepad up for you. So it's going to ask you for credentials. Your credentials are going to be the first part of your Microsoft 365 login, and then your email/Microsoft 365 password. So if my username to get to my email and to Microsoft 365 is cluchins@chancellorhcs.com, I'll do 2 because that's my actual one. And then my password, your login right here is going to be the first part of it. So just take off the chancellorhcs.com and put in your username to the hub. And then the password is that password that you reset earlier. So your password is going to be the same across the board. So 365, email, hub, password, all the same. So I will put in my Microsoft 365 password, and it will authenticate me to the hub. You can do this in Chrome as well. So let's do this. Or this is Chrome. Go to hub.chancellorhcs.com. It'll prompt me for credentials. I'll put in my account username, and then I'll put in my password, and I'll get authenticated to the hub. Does that make sense to everybody? That is outside of Citrix after Citrix is gone. Yep. Okay. And I'll send that website to everybody just so you can throw a shortcut up on your desktop or whatnot. Okay. All right. I know this is a lot to unpack, but again, I have documentation to help you get through it. No, I don't understand username. All right. We'll get to, well, Janice, I'll address that at the end and show you one more time. Let's see. Copier. Okay. The next thing I want to show you is, let's get back into Citrix. A lot of tabs open. All right, we're back in Citrix now. So some facilities, whenever they are scanning, so this is the next step, is scanning at the copiers. Okay, so everybody has a copier and printer at their facility. Some people are scanning to their scan folder. So I don't have access to this. Let's see if I have. All right, Cleveland House, for example. They have been scanning Matrix Care documents and what else not to their scans folder. This is going away, okay? No longer are you going to be able to scan to your scans folder, okay? The only options you will have will be to scan to email and scan to Matrix. So let me show you that right quick. After we get rid of Citrix, it will throw an error saying you cannot scan to your scans folder because we will have cut that access off. Okay. Taylor, can you put in the chat and say that you can see this screen? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so most of y'all, whenever you go to the copier, this is kind of the screen you'll see on the copier, okay? I'm gonna show you how you're gonna scan to your email and scan to your Matrix. So if you go up to your copier, there should probably be 4 buttons on it. You'll have copy, scan the email, fax it to me, and what I've done is put the address book on the front of your screen. So you'll hit address book, and anybody who's in your address book will show up. So to scan the email, you'll just make sure that email down here in the bottom is selected, email, and then you can select who you want the email to go to. So you'll scan to email, you'll load the document up that you want to scan, hit this, you'll hit the person you want, and you'll hit start, and it will scan to their email. If the person is not in the address book, you can also just hit OK. Sorry, I apologize. Let me go back home. If you don't see the person in the address book that wants to scan their email, you can just hit OK here, and you can type their address in here. And for example, my email is cluchins@algsenior. Sorry, my spelling's bad today. Senior.com. And you'll hit OK. You'll load up the document you want to send, and it will scan it to your email. So after it scans to your email, let's go back to my Citrix. So say I scan a document to my email. It'll come to your email saying, hey, no reply, ALG Senior sent you a scan from your copier. And then you can save it to your OneDrive. So if I wanted to, here, let me delete it out of my OneDrive right quick. Apologize. It'll have an option to save to OneDrive. And it's not working. But after you, it'll say save to OneDrive. You'll go to your OneDrive here, and then to my files, that OneDrive I showed you earlier, and you'll see a folder that says attachments. Your scanned item will go into that attachments folder because that's your attachments from your email. So after you save it to your OneDrive, then you can send it to somebody in email, whoever you need to, or you can upload it to Matrix or whatnot. Okay. The other thing is scanning to Matrix Care. So, like I said, scans is going away to your scans folder. So to go scan straight to Matrix Care, you'll do the same process. You'll hit address book on your printer, and then down here in the bottom, you'll see where it says narrow down. You need to make sure it says network folder. So switch it from email to network folder, and everybody should have a Matrix Care Clinical, a Matrix Care Financial, and a Matrix Care Other. If you load your document into the scanner and then click this and hit start, it will upload it to Matrix Care. Some of y'all are probably familiar with this, but some facilities we know are not using it and they need to start using it. Lisa, I think you're on this call. If y'all have any questions about scanning to Matrix, just reach out to Lisa Horton and she can help you with that. Now I'll have documentation on how to do this as well in case you forget. Right. And that's a basic rundown of what to expect the day of the cutover. It's going to be a big learning curve for everybody, but it's got to happen. So let's see. I think that's all I had. I know that's a lot to unpack. Hopefully you took some notes. But this is going to have EDs, BOCs. I'm relying on you to help spread it to your leadership staff and show them how to do this. They'll be trained on it tomorrow, but I need you to work with your team so everybody's on the same page and understands how to get this done. Okay? All right. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat and I'll try to get it answered for you. And then if you don't feel comfortable asking here, you can always send me an email.